Now finally we are only left with just one most important thing. So let's have a look at that. Hooks forms are not used in monosyllabic words having an intervening vowel. Okay, so what are hooks forms? We know that there are two hook forms. First one is R and second one is L. So these are the hook forms, or you can also say these are the initial hooks. R is represented like this hook and L is represented like this hook. Okay, so these are the hooks forms here. Now let's read further. Hooks forms are not used in monosyllabic words. Okay, so what are monosyllabic words? Monosyllabic words are the words having a single syllable, or you can also say the words which have single sound. So for example, we have a word called on and another word like onwards. Okay, so if you pronounce this word, it sounds like on, but if you pronounce this words, it sounds like onwards. Okay, so if we see the difference in this word, we just have a single sound because it sounds like on, but in this word onwards, we say like onwards. So say we have two sounds. First one is on and second one is words, right? So we can't call this as monosyllabic word because this word doesn't have a single sound. But we can call this word as a monosyllabic word because it has only one sound. Alright, so these are the monosyllabic words. So let's take just one more example of a monosyllabic word. For example, a word called fire and another word called firefly. Alright, so see, here it sounds like fire, but here it sounds like firefly. Okay, so we have a single sound on this word, but we have two sounds in this word, firefly. So this isn't a monosyllabic word, and because the word fire has a single sound, so we can call this as a monosyllabic word. So these are the monosyllabic words. Now let's read the whole statement. Hooks forms are not used in monosyllabic words having an intervening vowel. Now we already know what are intervening vowels because we learned that recently, and now let's understand this statement by taking an example of a word. Let's take a word called pear. So now if we see that we have a monosyllabic word because it sounds like pear. So see, we just have a single sound coming from this word. So this one is a monosyllabic word. And this one also has an intervening vowel because we have a sound coming because it sounds like pear. So see, we have a sound coming which comes between either a stroke or a curve. In case here in this word, P is a stroke, and it also comes between a hook because R is a hook. We represent R like this. Alright, so this one is an intervening vowel, this A sound. Now it says hooks forms are not used in monosyllabic words having an intervening vowel. Now it's simply telling us that we can't make the pear word like this. Why? Because it's saying over here that hook forms are not used in monosyllabic words having an intervening vowel. So because this word is, first of all, it is monosyllabic word, and second, it has an intervening vowel. So we can't write this word like this. Instead of this, we have to write the word like this. Alright, so this is what this statement is all about. So let's take another example, like a word called pale. So again, if you see that we are just having a single sound from this word because it goes like pale. So see, just a single sound coming from this word. So first of all, this one is a monosyllabic word, and second, we have an intervening vowel because it comes between either a stroke or a curve, and in this case P is a stroke, and it also comes between this L hook because we represent L like this. Alright, So first, this one is a monosyllabic word because it has a single sound, and second, this has a vowel, an intervening vowel. So we cannot make the pale word like this. Instead, we have to make the pale word like this. Alright? So you have to keep this thing in mind. Whenever you are having a monosyllabic word and it has an intervening vowel, then in that case you cannot write the word using the hook forms. Okay, let's take another example. Okay, so this is the word tear. Now this one also has a single sound because it sounds like tear. So see, just a single sound coming. So first of all, this is a monosyllabic word, right? And second, we have an intervening vowel because it comes between this stroke and this hook. So we also have a vowel, and because of this we cannot make this word like this. This would be considered wrong. Instead of this, we'll be making the tear word like this. This one is right. Okay, let's take one more example, like the word called tore. Okay, so this one also is a, first of all, monosyllabic word because it just has a single sound, tore. Okay, just single sound coming from this word. The second one is that we also have a vowel which comes between a stroke and a hook. All right, so this one is a intervening vowel. So because of this, we cannot write this word like this. This one is wrong. So instead of this, we would be making this word like this. Okay, so these were the examples. Now they're also having some exceptions. For example, if you have the word called nurse. Okay, now first of all, this is a monosyllabic because it has a single sound, and second is we also have a intervening vowel between a stroke or a curve and a hook. So if according to this statement we cannot make the word like this, right? But we can make, so this will be considered as right because it comes in exception, right? You can call this as exception. And there are also some other words that can come in exception, and you understand that by having the experience in shorthand. And for example, another word, Turk. So this one also is a monosyllabic word, and we also have a vowel, intervening vowel, but still we can make this word like this, right? Because it comes in exception. Let's take another word like dark, and this one also is a monosyllabic word and it also has an intervening vowel, but still we can make the word like this. All right, so we see that the words nurse, dark and Turk, although all three of them are monosyllabic words and all of them have intervening vowel, but still we used the hooks, the initial hooks in all these words because these words comes in exception. And there are also some other words that can come in exception, and you learn that by experience in shorthand. Alright, so that was all about intervening vowels. I'll see you in the next video.